Now we're heading to the bottom of the South Island, to Waiponamu, with Cosmo Kentish Barnes. He's at the Waiau A&P Show.
Right, the lady was going to talk about the shooting down of the man is. So is it the man or is it the lady? She's pointing to him, he's pointing to her.
Yes, I'm in charge. Come and have a shoot, all ages from about 1.5 up to 90. Here's a lady who just had a go.
Yeah, I had lots of fun. It's the first time I've ever shot out of a gun.
I have arrived at the Tuatapere domain in southwestern Murihiku, Southland. And for those of you that don't know it, it's a small domain surrounded on three sides by beautiful dense native forest, and on the other side trees and vegetation lead down to the Waiau River. Now this is where the Tuatapere Rugby Club is based, and in fact these slightly wonky goalposts are still standing, but today the ground has been transformed into an equestrian arena, and right now I believe the handy horse section is being judged. Now first up I am going to have a chat with Isabel Devery, who is the show organiser.
So I'm the secretary of the show, and so I do a lot of the organising and sponsorship, and I help with the trade, organise these lovely people to come along and sell their things.
What's the history behind this A&P show? How long has it been going on for?
So this is the 85th Waiau A&P show in Tuatapere. I think there's only been 2 that have missed, and I think there was 84 floods and maybe the war, I think. Yeah.
So a long history.
Yep. Yeah.
How important is this for the local community?
Well, it's really important, I think, for our agricultural rural sector. You know, we're kind of struggling away here, so it's really important. And I mean, these people put amazing amounts of work into their animals, and so it's really important to be able to celebrate them, I guess. Yeah.
What happens today? Give me a rundown.
So we've got the equestrian running out here in the main ring that runs from 9 o'clock this morning. So all the judges and stewards are out there. Over the south end is the dairy section. So local dairy farmers. Over down the other way is our sheep section. And our marquee is the produce, so all the people's veggies and colouring competition and flowers. And yeah, obviously trade sort of all around the ring.
And what's your background? Are you involved in the agricultural industry?
Yeah, so we're sheep and beef farmers. 4 k's out the road we have Picturesque and Angus stud. My mum and dad are life members. They're actually in the kitchen cooking the food for the lunch for the judges. My sister, she's the course designer for the A&P show. My brother's been the president. If you go around the different sections, there's lots of family support, and it goes back a long time.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, what keeps the show going.
Yeah,
that family
it really
support.
Is. I love the show, and it's just a big part of what we do.
So who is this year's president?
So president is Jamie King. You'll find him down in the sheep section.
I'm going to let her tell you about what she's got here, something a bit different.
Kia ora, I'm Priscilla. We've got Māori design earrings and tumblers. And beside me I've got the boys with games, win prizes, candy floss.
Hi Jamie, you're the president of the show here.
Yes.
What does that involve?
Dotting I's and crossing T's and make sure everyone pulls their weight, getting entries and just making it today. I can't control the weather though, so luckily today we've got a good one.
I feel like it's going to be quite hot today.
Yes, no, once this burns off it'll be scorching.
We are standing beside the sheep section.
Yep.
And how have entries been this year?
We're back quite a bit. Sheep numbers are generally in a bit of a decline, unfortunately, but look, we still get great support from the locals, and I run quite a neat hoof and hook competition with our prime lamb section. Start entries are a bit behind, but no, all in all we've got a good, reasonably good turnout.
What sort of sheep are we looking at now?
So we've got the black and coloured section and a few of the kids' pet sheeps here in the front row. We've got some terminal all breeds over there that are getting judged at the moment. So we haven't really got many others in today. And over the back there we've got all sorts of mixed breed of prime finishing lambs.
Yep.
So we've got Calvin Lott over here from Carfields doing the stud stock judging. And then we've got Blaine DeVries and Mark Mitchell from Alliance Group.
Yes.
This is actually as hard as I've seen Mark work for a long time. He's getting a bit colourful in the face there, eh?
Oh, good stuff. And there's also a dairy section here.
Yes, we've got the dairy cow girls over there. It's quite a large section, so and yeah, they normally have a really good turnout, and it's a terrific day. A lot of them camp out overnight and do their thing, so it's neat.
Hunter Roster with Whistledown Farming and Ford Jubilee Valencia.
I'm in the cattle section with
Merv Livingston.
And Merv, you've got some entries.
Yeah, well, these are my animals. I'm trying to pick the best calves, but you go back to the big mob now and I reckon I get better calves, but that's life. But the white one won a gore show and there was 6 or 7 in that class.
Tell me about this one, number 10.
It's a wee bit orangey. She's got a few flecks on her, and when you're walking down the lane, she's so wide in the back legs, and it stood out. She was showed at Wyndham Show, and so yeah, I've been breeding horses all my life, and I feel well.
How long have you been attending this show?
I've never missed it.
Since you were what age?
5 or 6. I'm 76 now. Yep, the hole in the bush is known as. It's always had a atmosphere of being the friendly show. Everybody mixes together and enjoys it.
It's a very relaxed setting, isn't
That's
it?
the idea of it.
Where do you farm?
Close to Riverton's a dairy farm, and the runoff. I live on the runoff. I don't do the milking no more, but yeah.
Yeah, and some friends of yours have done the showing?
Yes, this is the McIntosh family. I milked his father's cows for years, and I give them the yearlings. So I always love the kids to come along and exhibit.
And some of the children are quite young.
Yes.
Like 5 or 6 or 7.
This is how you get used to it. That's how I was brought up. Dragged around the shows with my parents. Yeah.
You're really proud of your animals, aren't you?
Well, that's what we're here for. I enjoy breeding cattle. Why not? Too many people are milking cows that haven't got that passion.
I am with Nicole Horrell, and Nicole, you're the chairperson of Environment Southland,
That's correct.
and you've got a tent here today.
Yes, we have. We've been trying to get around shows and places that people are so that we can have conversations about our environment and what people's priorities are. So there's a few little games and surveys people can do.
What were you doing before you became chairperson of Environment Southland?
Well, I'm still a sheep farmer. People say you're retired, and I say no, I'm just tired. But we've farmed on this particular farm. I'll have been there 50 years next year.
And of course, Environment Southland works closely with farmers. What are some of the biggest issues you have been dealing with of late?
Well, I guess that the water quality one is, but the government have told us that at the moment they don't want plan changes till they make some changes themselves. Action on the ground, we know that creating wetlands is actually very good for not only slowing the flow of water, which might help in flood events, but taking out sediment, nitrogen, phosphate, etc. And farm plans, where people have a farm plan that they actually own and value, their environmental outcomes and economic are better. So we've actually got 37 catchment groups that have sprung up across Southland.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and these are small communities who are saying we're here for the long term, we want to be part of the solution, and that's really powerful. So the government have put a little bit of money in to help these communities get on and do stuff, and actually being able to get out and have conversations with your community is really good.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, and there are several Environment Southland staff members here mingling.
Yes, they're giving up their Saturday to do this, which is fantastic.
Oh, hello everybody, I'm Catherine. I'm here with my mum Heather today. We live in nightcaps. I make all these mugs. They've got all the cows you want, alpacas, sheep, all the Southland scenes. So my mum's got this beautiful hand-dyed yarn here for knitting and weaving.
Mel, what are you doing here today at the show?
I've got native plants for sale. I through the Green Machine Nursery that I work for, but I bought these all with my own money, and my boss supports me, and having my own little hustle on the side, if you want to call it. He's quite proud of me actually, and I attend some of the markets as well, Flex Hall in Riverton or car boot sale at Last Light Lodge, and I thought there'd be a lot of farmers here today that might be interested in some cheap natives today, and because we can only buy online with the Green Machine, people can't come into the nursery, so I thought I'll bring what I can and out into the public. And
yeah, good idea, because I mean farmers are really getting into planting natives now on their properties, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's good for the environment, and you can't beat natives, can you? They're hearty as well.
Yeah. What have you got here?
Today I've got the Karokia Red Wonder, which is a real bird puller when it goes into berry. I've got flaxes, tenuifolium purples. They're beautiful. I've got some black beech in the back there, ribbon woods and lace sparks, which are really good for shout-abouts.
Yeah. What's your background? Do you live locally?
I've been in Tui 7 years. I'm originally from Invercargill, but Mum and Dad are from Gisborne, North Island. Came down here for the Tiwai smelter back in the day, and Tuatapere community have really welcomed me and my children in when we walked in the door 7 years ago, and I'm so proud to work for Green Machine Nursery. To be fair, I represent something that's good for our environment, and I enjoy my job, and I'm also doing level 2 in horticulture through my nursery.
It's great when employers do embrace higher learning through the workplace.
Absolutely, I'm so lucky, and yeah, I didn't do so well at school, but I'm loving this horticulture. I'm loving it.
And you've got your dog here?
I have. Her name is Kush. I've had her a few years now.
Hi, Kush.
She's a Hunter-Way cross with a collie. She's my best friend. She's my queen, and
she's very laid back, isn't she?
She's pretty cool. I could take her anywhere. She definitely draws attention. She's drawn more attention today than my plants.
Thanks, Mel, and have a lovely day.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Take care.
Well, Mel has chosen a good place for her native nursery stall there, because it's sitting under 2 huge totara trees, which will give her some much needed shade this afternoon, because it's getting quite hot. Now, I've come to the equestrian area, where most of the horses and their carers are, and I am with Grace. Now Grace, tell me about your horses.
Well, we've got Percy here. He was born in 2018, and we've got Whiskey. She was 2010, I'm pretty sure. He's a gelding. She's a mare. She's very good. He's very naughty. Yeah, it's heaps of fun. We've not got many minis here. We've got some just up the way down there, and one's behind us, but way more easier than the big horses, I find. Yep. And you can float them in tiny little floats, put them in the back of your vehicles. They're really, really easy. It's nice, yeah.
They really are quite mini, aren't they?
Yeah.
What sort of size are they?
I know that Category A is under 34 inches, which is what she is. Category B is under 38 inches.
Yes.
He's just about 38. She's tiny though. She's
she
really
is tiny.
small. Yeah.
She's not even up to my waist.
No, she's tiny, yeah.
Now Whiskey has got a full bodysuit on that goes right down to her hooves.
Yep.
Only her ears, eyes and mouth are showing.
Yeah. That's just to keep them clean pretty much. They love to roll in the dirt after a bath, so that's why we wrap them up so good. Yeah.
How did you get into showing your horses? What's your story?
It was ages ago. Mum took sister and I to Tapanui show, and it was the worst day ever. It was pouring down with rain, and we went and watched the minis, and then we went back and had lunch in the ute, and then we ended up going home, and then I think we just caught it from there. And then we started with Whiskey and another one, Brandy. She's at home, and then just built on from there, and now I've got too many of them. Too many horses.
Where are you from?
Gorse, like 17 minutes out of there, like Arthurton.
Yes, and you're here with your sister?
Yes, Olivia.
Do you normally go around the shows as a team?
Usually we have Mum, Dad with us. They don't really come this weekend. They're over it a bit, getting to the end of it. We've only got Invercargill left.
Class 73, the black and coloured ewe to Shiranova. First going to Anita Erskine with tag 26. Second to Nicholas Erskine with Cherry the second.
Hi Ryder.
Hi.
You are the main announcer here, aren't you?
I am.
How long have you been announcing at the show here for?
I'm not sure how long I've been announcing, but probably a long time. I started here in 1949 as a rider. Went through from being a rider to bringing my children here till they were adults, and then somehow I've ended up with this job, which is good.
Someone's just brought you some refreshments.
Aren't I lucky?
Fruit and sandwiches and a scone with cream and jam.
They look after me very well. They do.
Now this little room sits on top of the club rooms, really,
Yes,
doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And you've got a big open window there. There's no glass. It just opens right out.
When we first came here, I think I was sitting on the roof. And then we graduated and they put, which was virtually like an outer toilet on the top of the roof. And I sat in there out of the elements. And now we've graduated to this. I think the rugby referees, etc., use it mainly, but this is luxury.
All right. The course is now open to be walked for those that are in that first class.
Now, Josephine, you are competing today.
Yeah.
Tell me about your horse that we're looking at now.
So this is Sweet Pea. She's a full-bred Connemara. She is 18 this year. And when she was really young, like a baby, she got taken over from Australia, which is where she was born.
Do you ride her regularly?
Yeah, quite often.
What category are you competing in today?
I'm going to be in the jumping. I'll be doing the beginner and the 65 centimetres in the jumping and the 50 centimetres around the ring.
Do you get a bit nervous about the jumping side of things?
It's mainly with like the showing and that, so I didn't do that today, but I'm excited for the jumping and the around the ring.
You enjoy that?
Yeah.
And I saw that you were painting something on Sweet Pea's hooves. What's that?
That's hoof oil. It kind of makes the hooves shine a bit more.
Oh, just to make them look a bit prettier.
Yeah.
What other things do you do to the horse?
Well, I was originally going to have her mane plaited and done up into small balls, but they were kind of coming undone, so I've just let them loose and go all curly.
Now just remember that the doors are closing for judging at 11 a.m. at the produce market.
Well, that was nice to chat with a few of the horsey people here at the back of the domain, where there must be 20 or 30 floats and trucks. And tied to the floats are quite a few horses munching on the grass and on hay, waiting for their turn to compete in the arena.
Also the farm animals are under the total trees around the back here. The littlies love it.
Now I am with Chris Pogiers at the Animal Farmyard.
Yes, well the main aim at the Animal Farmyard is to have puppies and kittens and bunnies for children to actually hug and hold, just to give them that contact with animals, basically for children, especially in town, that don't get that opportunity. Yep. So we've got some Hokanui merino pet lambs that my daughter actually reared. The Hokanuis were released into the Hokanui Hills near Gore many years ago and got quite wild, but they're reasonably quiet now. And we've got rabbits here that have come from Invercargill and a hen with some chickens. So we tried to find donkeys, couldn't find any, tried to find piglets, couldn't find any, so this is what we've got.
That's a pretty good selection, and in fact right now we can see a boy holding a puppy and he doesn't want to let go of it, does he?
No, look, we get children of 16 that just want to hug puppies for hours. It was just so hard to find puppies, honestly. I asked everywhere. Luckily the lady next door had actually specifically bred a litter for me because I couldn't find puppies anywhere, because we've just got so much land around here going into forestry, and then you've got all these shepherds that don't have dogs they don't need, so why would you breed puppies, you know?
The changing landscape of farming, I guess.
It's very sad actually, because a lot of this area, especially the Happy Valley nearby, I mean it was bought out of bush by the old guys in a very hard way, and now it's gone into pine trees, and it's beautiful land and it's destroying communities, and you know, pine trees do nothing but acidify the ground and cause fire risk really, and pollute waterways.
It's pretty sad.
It's extremely sad and extremely distressing, to be fair.
Are you a farmer?
Yes, I am. I've got dairy lease, plus I have 50 acres around the house I just have sheep on, and we have coloured sheep. We have the Hokanui merinos, We have Tefrom ewe hoggets that we put the black-headed dorper over and get very nice coloured lambs, because we only let them rear one lamb as a hogget. So my daughter sells the orphan lambs for pets, and she's got very good markets for that. And we've also got Wiltshires.
How special is this A&P show for you?
Well,
what does it mean to you?
Well, this is just about what this whole community is about. And, Tuatapere is a great community because we're far enough away from Invercargill, whereas Tautau is a lovely community, but it's so close to Invercargill, they've lost their A&P show and different things. We've managed to hold on to ours, and there's an amazing community spirit in Tuatapere. Amazing people here. I think everything's about local now, isn't it? We've got to depend on our local people and look after our local people, especially business-wise. Look at that wee girl over there holding the puppy. It's so important for children to connect with animals because, in the end, everything we need to know is contained in nature, and animals have so much to give us.
Chris Boges ending that story from the Waiau A&P Show at Tuatapere in Western Southland. Cosmo also spoke to Isabel Devery, Jamie King, Mel Edwards, Merv Livingston, Grace Morrissey, Nicole Horrell, Relda Mackay and Josephine Chartres.